Day with juicing. We're getting into the juicing today, and we're juicing these babies. Anybody guess what this is? Yes, you're 100% right. These are collard greens, collard green, and we're going to juice all these collard greens with a base of sweet apples and a cucumber. Alright, now, here we go. You turn on the old juicer. You throw everything in there. Of course, these videos are made for the beginners. This is for beginners, so they can see how it's done. Depending on what kind of juicer you have. This is a masticating juicer. So we got a yawl that turns like this and squeezes the juice out, and the pulp comes out the rear end right here. So, as opposed to a centrifugal juicer that spins at a blade spins at high RPMs, and you feed it in, it slices it up, and it comes out that way. So, look at that. You just feed this baby in there, stalk and all, and the juice comes out. Now, this video is a video in a series of videos that I'm making on how to juice greens. Greens all have these basic high nutritional value as per vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K, especially in folic acid. As far as the minerals, whole array of minerals, and also you have fiber if you're going to have this in a salad. A lot more fiber, of course. And especially noted for these greens are especially noted also for their omega-3s and omega-6s, which make greens a highly nutritious food. Also protein, amino acid profiles. A lot of these greens have a complete amino acid profile. So this is how you should be getting your protein right here in amino acids, as opposed to eating meat, which first of all it's acid forming in the body, which is no good. Acid form is going to cause inflammation in your body systems. This is an alkalizing food, which does the opposite. And what are we talking about here? The protein digestion. If you eat meat, your body's got to digest that protein first and break it down into amino acids. That takes a lot of work. Yeah, so, wow, we're going to get a lot out of this. Now, right now, I'm lucky I got this on sale. It's like 88 cents a pound. These are conventional vegetables here. So, when you're using conventional vegetables, you got to wash them thoroughly. I wash mine 3 times thoroughly and rinse them 3 times. So, it's got to be done because your greens are one of the most pesticide-laden food that's in our diets today. Well, actually, really not, because the processed foods, you can't trust them, because then you're getting it packed also. When the foods are being processed, you got the same pesticides in them. Best bet, if you can afford it, you go out and get yourself some nice, wholesome, wonderful, organic vegetables. So, but, also, there's no saying if this is GMO, and that this is most likely GMO. And that means that the pesticide is right in the DNA of this, so you're not going to be able to wash off the GMO pesticide. That's going to have to be done by legislation, so you know that you're not getting, if you really want, the food should be labeled GMO, so at least you know and you're getting a hefty dose of pesticides. But in this case, in this country, where the FDA is in cahoots in the conspiracy, you won't be able to know if you got the GMO in your food. Now, you could put these greens also through again, and you're going to get more juice out of them. Let's try that. You want to try that? Just to show, but sometimes some greens are going to get bogged down in here. But the more fiber in the green, the more juices you're going to get out of it. So right now I'm getting more juice out of that green coming through, nice. So I send it through a second time. I don't know if you can see, watch here. You see, as long as I'm getting a decent stream coming out of there, I'm going to throw this through. These fibrous greens I usually throw through once the first time, this is the second time, and I'll go through a third time. Since this video is only for demonstration purposes, I'm going to only go through the 2 times here. It's a little extra work, but I'm getting nutrients here. I'm getting juice that's going to come out right there. See that? Why throw that away? Also, this pulp can also be used in other ways. Right, for me, this is going on my compost heap. So, but you know, there are other edible ways of using this. People use this as a base, and they dry this and dehydrators. You can use it to make flour, to make crackers, all kinds of things. You see? Now, this skin of this cucumber is highly pesticide. I'm taking that skin off to give me some kind of chance to make this the least amount of pesticides as possible. Now, slice up the old cucumber, and we'll send the cucumber through. Cucumbers go through nicely. So I got myself about 8 ounces out of the collards in themselves. Here we go with the juicy cucumber. If you can see, a lot of juice coming out of that baby. Cucumbers, excellent cleanser, excellent for the skin, just like the greens. So this kind of diet is going to definitely improve your skin. That's going to be one of the first things that you notice on a diet of raw vegetables, fruits and vegetables. And at At this point, we're going to start slicing up the apples. We got Granny Smiths here. In this machine, masticating juicer, it's best to use the harder apples, like Granny Smith, Fuji, Honey Crisp. I stay away from softer apples here because sometimes the softer apples tend to bog that, get caught up in here because they're so mushy. The machine does not run it through. It does not, and that is a problem. Yes, so you got to clean it. So I stick with the crispy apples. Have no problem. They go through beautiful. Now, if you're juicing greens, it's best to mix it up every day. Use a different green. You could do it this way by taking the base, which is the apples and the cucumber, and then add your green. May it be romaine lettuce, kale, chicory, endive. There's a lot of greens, different greens out there. Later on, you can make a larger concoction by adding a fourth and a fifth. You can add celery and parsley. Add ginger. You can add different kinds of things. This is the green with the base. Now, the primary base would have been, you don't have to take the seeds out. I just in the habit of doing that. The primary base is apples and carrots because they're both, apple is the universal fruit for juicing, and carrots is the universal vegetable for juicing. I believe I got that information out of reading a book by one of the fathers of juicing there. One of the fathers. Alright. Yeah. So what we're going to need here is this. To take the head, I'm going to take the head off here. You can drink the head too, but I'm going to pour this so the head sometimes inhibits the pouring and splashes all over the place. Back to the one of the grandfathers, he's still around, Jake Kordich. So, this is a 32-ounce ball jar I'm using. But actually, juicing goes back further. It's been around longer than a lot of people know. I remember when I bought my first juicer, I wanted one for the longest time. And I was rummaging around New York City, and I happened to rummage in this store, the middle of nowhere. And it had two juices in the back with dust all over the boxes. And I didn't have enough money, but then I came back the next day and I bought both of those juices. I still have them around here. But at this point, they're obsolete. Collector's items. So, when you go out and buy a juicer, once you start juicing, You want to help improve your lifestyle? You want a healthy lifestyle? You're sick of being sick? You're sick of all the medications? Sick of being tired? Sick and tired of being sick and tired, as they would say. Okay. Now. So you basically got the gist of this, right? Go out tomorrow, go out today, splurge, buy yourself a juicer. Now, this is all apple juice, so I want to mix that in with the green and going like this a couple of times. And there we have it. The greener it is, the more chlorophyll you got in it. This is a very, very, very extremely nutritious drink I have here. And I'm going to drink about a quart and a third. And that's a belt. That's a good lunch for me right here and now. So, go out and buy a juicer, experiment, get some greens, get yourself started. Little by little, you move on down that road to health and vibrant health. Cheers.